Hi there RPG fans, this is GamerJock and I am back to bring you guys what I promised. Final Fantasy was a game created by Square, which would later become known as Squaresoft and Square Enix. This game, true purpose was a last-ditch effort to save the company, at which time was on brink of bankrupt. Spoiler, it worked and went on to spawn numerous titles and adaptations over the years. Onto the story segment. This tale surrounds around four heroes of light that try to save the world from an evil man named Garland that has caused the seas to rise, winds to stop, earth to decay, and fire to run amok, and volcanoes. He does this by bestowing fiends to guard each crystal from interlopers, such as our heroes, leaving it up to them to fight the good fight. As stated by the elemental fiends, you will have to travel to these places stretch from underwater shrines to molten caves. This is definitely not Kansas, Dorothy. Here comes the real meal of the game, and this is in its job classes, which range from a fighter that's great for physical damage to white mages that are in charge of healing your party, and to black mages which specialize in offensive magic. There is also the warrior, which is strong offensively with good defense to boot and carries swords. The thief class is available as well, and although he can take items from the enemies, his use lies in his quickness, so he often is the first to act. Finally, our most intriguing class is the red mage, which boosts the unique ability to cast white and black magic, as well as use swords just like the warrior's class. However, you have to pick which white and dark magics he will learn, because you're not allowed to have all the magics to one person. With these classes, you could definitely see that many combinations can be produced. Like if you want an offensive team, you would probably get the warrior, red mage, thief, and fighter. Or if you want an all magic team, red mage, white mage, black mage, and the fourth would be optional. This RPG is a standard turn-based system, which requires that you take turns in combat and also needs your attention in order to win battles. Each character has stats for things like attack, defense, magic, and other stats. This is also HP, which is also how much life that characters have. If it reaches 0 for that person, they die, and if everyone reaches 0, get used to seeing the game overwards. MP, on the other hand, concerns how much magic you can use. However, not every class can cast magic, so not everyone will have MP. For first-timers to RPGs, this is a great place to start because the gameplay is pretty simplistic, and being that the combat system is easy to master, and if you grind like Madman on wheels, the game becomes quite easy. Is essential for Final Fantasy games, in particular, seeing as the difficulty ramps up from place to place. You'll notice there are random encounters in the game, meaning the game puts you into battle randomly. Sometimes you may get the ability to attack first, or they get to ambush you and act first. As you progress, your characters can clip at level 99. Your character moves around an overworld that has all the towns and dungeons in it, which is your map. You simply walk to the area you see on the map and you go inside. However, some places cannot be accessed until you have received a canoe for rivers, a boat for the sea, and an airship for the skies. All of which you will get as the story goes, which opens the world up like a pop-up book. Depending on what copy you have of the game, depends on if you get the pleasure and the heartache of finding and defeating secret bosses. If you get the GBA version, which is called Dawn of Souls, it comes with Final Fantasy II and also has improved visuals. This is where your grinding and treasure hunting as well as skill comes into play to beat them. These guys test you more than any other boss in the game, having creatures like Two-Headed Monster, Echidna, Rubiconte, Ahriman, Gilgamesh, Shinryu, Atomos, Orthros, all of those which come from later entries in the series. Beating them usually yields a high reward other than experience, which you need to level up. That also gives you rare items and all that sweet cash. Ever feel lost, talk to people in town to get a hint of what's going on. Don't be shy. They don't bite, hopefully. Remember that cash I brought up? Well, this is where you'll use it to buy better equipment to put on your characters, such as swords, armor, stabs, hammers, knives, rods, etc. What the shop sells is usually seen outside of the shop: a sword picture for weapons, a shield for equipment, and a white or black color for white and black magic. If you tend to fight a lot, then you will have plenty of money. To keep in mind, some of the best of weapons and equipment are found, not bought. Spend that allowance smartly. That's all you're getting for the week. The job class fun doesn't stop here. If you get far enough in the game and save one of the baby dragons, the Dragon King grants you higher stats by way of stronger jobs, like Warrior becomes a Knight, Thief becomes a Ninja, Black Mage becomes a Black Wizard. The higher up wizards can access the highest magic there is, which is level 8 magic. This is a fantastic game to start with. A simple premise of a story to a basic but compelling fighting system. You can't go wrong by starting here. Hey guys, I hope you liked my first game video. There will be more on this channel. I welcome your comments on the video, as well as what RPGs you'd like to hear me speak about. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like what I make, feel free to support me on Patreon. Till then, later.